Morning, everyone. This is Cynthia Collins, Minister to Children and Families here at Winfrey. Winfrey staff is going to be doing devotions, and I wanted to share a little bit with you today. We humans are social creatures, and this time of social distancing just doesn't feel normal. If you're an extrovert, it's even harder to be away from family and friends. Our lives in the 21st century has developed into one where family is spread out all over the country and sometimes the world. And sometimes we move often as our jobs change and relocate. Some of us may not even know who our neighbors are. However, life was not always like this. I want to read a little excerpt. This is a book, A Common Prayer, A Liturgy for Ordinary Radicals. I like this book. There is something to be said for a theology of place, choosing to orient our lives around community for the sake of the gospel. So much of our culture is built around moving away from people rather than closer to them. In many of the wealthiest countries in the world, we've lost the sense of a village. And we have some of the highest rates of home ownership and some of the highest rates of depression. We are some of the wealthiest and loneliest societies the world has ever seen. We live in a mobile culture in which people are used to moving every few years, and in which many folks will uproot without question to move for a higher paying job. Commitment to a people and a place is one of the countercultural values at the heart of the gospel. It means recapturing the notion of the parish, a word which shares a root with parochial, which means localized and particular. Many folks these days are learning from village cultures, where people often have fewer resources, but more life and joy. Even our geography has to be rethought, because our neighborhoods and homes are often built around values different from the gospel and community. What we often lament as a breakdown of the family is really a breakdown of local community, which has stripped away the support structures that help all of us survive. Joachim and Anna, whom tradition names as Jesus' maternal grandparents, and who nurtured the mother of the Lord, remind us how important the basic institutions of family and community are. Movements of co-housing and new urbanism are helping to cultivate spaces for shared life. Some people in one cul-de-sac began to rethink suburban sprawl and started sharing stuff. They decided each home didn't need a washer and dryer or a lawnmower, so one family agreed to have the laundry machines and another had the lawn equipment, and so on. And before long, they were homeschooling their kids together and providing hospitality to the homeless with all of the energy and resources that were freed up by sharing. When people make choices like these, life starts to look like a village. And a village is a beautiful thing. In biblical times, life centered around family homes and villages. And Jesus and his disciples traveled from village to village, teaching and preaching and spreading the gospel. One place Jesus visited was a village of Magdala. This is where Mary Magdalene was from. Mary Magdalene supported Jesus' ministry financially and was in his inner circle of friends. Now here's just a little information about Mary Magdalene. It was in the 6th century when Pope Gregory fused three Marys, Mary of Magdala, Mary of Bethany, and the other Mary together, which led to the legend that Mary Magdalene was a fallen woman, when in fact she was a strong, financially secure woman. Now, this misconception was corrected in 1969 by the Roman Catholic Church. However, this misconstrued legend is still believed by many today. Just a little information. You may know that I was on sabbatical February 5th through March 13th, and 4 of us from Winfrey joined a group of 35 from the Hudson River Presbytery to go on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. It was unbelievable to visit those places where Jesus actually walked. One such place was the village of Magdala. Now that's on the broadest part of the Sea of Galilee. In one section, a Magdala Center and a hotel and visitor center was going to be built. But what happened was wonderful. They uncovered the ruins of a 1st century village and synagogue, and I got to visit that site. The synagogue most likely would have been visited by Jesus as he went around preaching and teaching. Here's a picture of the inside of the synagogue. You can imagine Jesus sitting here listening to the Torah being read and taught. This is a true picture of a village. In this time of sequestering, this time of social distancing, let us get back to the village mindset. Check in on your neighbors. Call those who you know who are alone. And if you have kids, help them to draw pictures, make cards, send them to grandparents, neighbors, and friends, brightening their day. Even though we are apart, we are together. And remember to focus on these unchanging scripture passages. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be brave and strong. Don't be afraid. The Lord your God will always be with you and will never leave you. And Psalm 46:1 and 2. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Let me end with this prayer. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time.